Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Ooh, I got ships floating all over the place right now. Well, I shouldn't say floating. Got ships inactive. Let's get these things back to work, doing some mining. Hi, Darth Adama. How are you doing tonight? Hi, Lord Iscaron. How are you doing tonight? Just grinding to 9 trillion? Ooh. I haven't started any work towards that grind, but man, I'm scared of it. 365 billion? That's amazingly close. That is not that far. Because, yeah, just in the last roughly month, I've been able to move this up from 10, so 160 billion. So, yeah, that's amazing progress. Mostly dailies and 1 or 2 days a run to do 70s. Yeah, I can believe that. I just hit up 70 on last Friday, so I'm still getting the lay of the land right now. But it's definitely going to be a priority here, but not too long. Getting below 500 billion is me wanting it more. I can imagine. I mean, that's light at the end of the tunnel. See my Discord note he posted this time. Oh yeah. Sweet. Did some upgrades to my bot, so yeah. Yes and no, just locks your ability to convert regular credits to Sigma credits. Still a ways to the miner. Well, it's still, I mean, that's a good chunk of the progress, though, too. Getting that ability is just, you know, like, that's a good start. You know, the sooner that you get that, the more opportunity you have to get it when your level catches up and your other reputation stuff. I'm surprised that that's behind that big of a lock, though. I kind of thought that was more of a 71 thing than it was a reputation level. All right, Grand Slam events. So for the trivia, we have who do the Bajoran prophets refer to as the emissary? I like Kira Nerys as an option. Let's see about mining some power steel. It's 27 trillion rep to the uncommon ship. That's still a good chunk of that out though too. Let's see. I was getting some aggregation loot. Disco's an obvious choice if you've ever watched the show. Yeah, basically from like episode 2. Was that even on episode 1 that he was called the emissary? I feel like that was like maybe 2 or 3 episodes in. I don't think it was the initial one. I don't remember for sure though. A lot of the early stuff kind of blends together a little bit and it gets jumbled up in my head. But I'm pretty sure that picked up or that pissed off Win. It was at least season 1 for sure, yeah. It might have been a couple episodes in. Like they might have had to get everything like set on the station first to get all the relationships kind of kicked off and start getting some of the stuff introduced. Oh. Here I was doing aggregation hostels just for the sake of doing them because I needed to do uncommon and I have to do them for this anyways. I remember a smug look on her face when looking at him. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a thing. Like every time she got disappointed or pissed off, I felt so happy. Like anytime Space Karen was angry, it made me so joyous. Hyopaka refers to Cisco's emissary in episode 1. Ah. That was before he had even already done like his little meeting with them or whatever. Yeah, Opaka, she wasn't even in that all that long anyways. I always forget like how different season 1 was of Deep Space Nine. Like that was a very, very different show for the very beginning there. DS9 got better when Worf came aboard. I don't know if I would say better, but it's definitely different. It's almost like 2 different shows. I did enjoy them better with Worf on there. The early ones feel a little unpolished. It's kind of like the studio didn't commit to the program or something right away, and then once he was there, that was kind of like when they were committed to it. And I don't know if they're like willing to throw money behind it or just willing to throw effort or process behind it. Everyone loves little prune juice. Yeah. I kind of forgot about that little thing. That's there's so many good memories. Like I never really watched DS9 originally when it was airing. I didn't find it like really interesting the couple of times that I had tuned in, which was probably like in the first season or two. But as I've gone back and watched it, I'm kind of sad for some of the stuff that I've missed. It's kind of the same thing with the Next Generation for me too. Like I had tuned into a couple of like deader episodes and kind of questioned it, and then all of a sudden you find a couple of the good ones and it's like, okay, this is a good show actually. I loved it at first aired, even though it was a Starbase with no exploration of strange new worlds. Yeah, it was definitely a different setting and a different style for sure. Which I mean, a lot of them, like a lot of the episodes of all the series, there's a lot of stuff that takes place on the ship and stays on the ship and stuff too. So some of that isn't too unfamiliar, but yeah, the difference with DS9 was amazing because it was kind of like stuff that happened in operations versus stuff that happened on the promenade more than anything. And then there's a little bit of off-world operations that were happening too. And then the people just kind of sitting there waiting for stuff to come through the wormhole too. I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, different feel. Not in a bad way though. Like honestly, Quark was one of my favorite characters. But I think that I liked him so much because he's a little shit stirrer. Like you had the Federation, the Bajorans, and numerous other people and races working more or less together for many mutual purposes. Yeah, they kind of all cast aside a lot of their differences to work for their common goals. I think a lot of that was able to be shown more too because it is like a civilian enterprise versus having like the military type of command structure. It was basically just like a giant strip mall. Did I finish the meta event already? Or the did that already finish? Oh, that did go quick. I thought the top prize was 3,000 for the milestone. Well, that's the total. Okay, so I can leave. Those can get recalled. Work in order or a constant battle of control, the promenades. Well, they both had control. It's just they both controlled something different. Because like Cork had the shadow operation underneath Kodo, or underneath Odo, but Odo had the Law and Order behind it, so it was kind of a. I always viewed Cork as not really like a criminal enterprise of sorts, but like just more of a little bit of a shyster that was trying to get some stuff, a little bit extra under the table kind of stuff. Very yin and yang, yeah. He was a Ferengi that had his heart in the right place, I think. Because he was a softie on the inside. He always knew how to smile. Yeah, he was really good about knowing his audience too. For the most part. It was always kind of funny, like how some of the Starfleet crew every once in a while would kind of like help him do some of his misdeeds. Whether it was on purpose or not, I feel like O'Brien got caught up in things a couple of times. Unassuming. All right, so that should be all that it is for the Grand Slam event. We have milestone. It took a little bit for the one to pop up on me yesterday. I didn't think that there was going to be the second SMS event popping up yesterday. So territory capture is our only other season pass. We have anniversary heist as part of the battle pass, which is away teams today. I did for most people, yeah. Crucible of War, maybe? Okay, that got completed with outposts and aggregation, I guess. Then we've got vengeance stuff. We got this power destroy SLB thing going on too. Or dealing damage, whatever. We have Shuttle Bay Leader. This is away teams for the new... No, this includes all away teams assignments. Points for trade XP. And then critting. I'm surprised that they have trade XP on a leaderboard like that. $1 million. That's crazy. I can't believe that. That's a lot of trade XP, I'm sure. It's easy to kind of forget about it. Let's see. So we still have upgrading going on, and then an SMS for upgrading as well. Expected it in the Battle Pass event. Yeah, definitely expected in the Battle Pass event. I mean, that's normal and expected. Let's see. We got a regional alliance leaderboard in the outpost event. Top 200 get points, so there's some points there. We're almost in the 100th spot. Let's see. Cerritos is happening today. Final Weapon Wednesday. Maybe we'll be able to get a rare. And then go attack some Zindi hostiles. There's a good chance things will be busy, but the rares Kikani, I love that loot. It is definitely one to keep on the keep at the ready for refining. Let me get rid of him. Take him. Oh, I should throw Dzok down instead of Doctor. Oh, Dzok is out. We'll be fine without. To make sure that the charity thing actually shows up the way that it's supposed to. It does. Perfect. All right. Zindi. There. I forget where they are sometimes. Go do rare with this one. Yeah, I actually got to the point where I ran out of freaking epic transition. Be lost without bookmarks. I don't use them nearly as much as I should. Like, I had some bookmarks saved, but they all cleared out on me, and I just either that or I don't think I cleared them all out, but pretty sure I had some saved. I've got the map pretty well known in my head, but I don't know. I just got used to not doing it, so I don't do it. I know where everything is for the most part. Every once in a while, if there's older content that pops up, it gets a little bit more difficult to make sure that I'm going to the correct area. Like Jem'Hadar, like I lose track of that one fairly frequently. I remember where it is, but like I end up missing it. It's a little bit easier with augment here because if I know that I run into this, then I'm too far to the right. But like there was a lot of times where I would like just scoot up past it. Yeah, it is a bit of a scroll. But I like where I've got my base located because it's kind of nestled in the middle here, so I can go straight up. And then I've got the Revenant space, and then right above that is the Augment space. And then right above that is Jem'Hadar space, but I mean, other than like that one random ass mission or scoring mechanic last week, it was been pretty easy. Lose the Herojans now that the ship is archived. Yeah, those ones go by really, really, really fast. Yeah, Herojans would be the Voyager. Because we get the Thursday event or whatever to go do the Voyager stuff. And they've moved it too. At least I'm pretty sure they've moved it. The only Voyager bookmark? I'd say that it wouldn't be bad to have two. Because, like, it's even hard to find here. Like, I always go here for that, but then, like, having the faction credit one saved up is okay, too. For the scout messages. Just in that rare event if you actually ever run out of them. While that is waiting... Oh no, it won't let me do the officers. It won't let me select the officers, no. Do I happen to have Archer as a preset? I do not anymore. Can... Okay, we can swap that way. I was gonna try to pull all the officers down. That way they're still on the ship here. We'll go about it that way. Reboot got lucky. Yeah, I really did not expect to actually be able to do the replacement like that. I mean, it's always worth trying, but it doesn't work out all that often. You know, this is what takes the longest with this damn event, is just waiting for one of the armadas to free up. Yeah. I mean, it was nice when, I don't know, like a year ago, when there wasn't really that many people that were up in these systems, but now everybody's comfortable being up here for the most part. I'm gonna have to reset as a chore. Yeah, usually a little bit later in the evening isn't too bad. Like, if I would have looked in here an hour ago, I wouldn't been surprised if there was, like, one that was free. I mean, the good thing is that the reset happens pretty quick. Like, I'll probably come back here in, like, 20 minutes or something like that, and it would have one or two of them be free. Good evening, Tin Man. How you doing tonight? I saw you were playing with things the other night, and you popped into whose stream was that? Was that Jason's? I didn't catch Ice Wolf. It could have been Jimmy. But did everything go okay with getting set up? I didn't see if you actually were able to do your 61 stream yet. Been messing with OBS. I take it it's been going pretty okay. 3.5 hours of it? Nice. Yeah, it's not too bad until you start doing some of the fancier overlays and stuff like that. It stays pretty... You can do it pretty simple. I think that's one of the nicest things about OBS is it can be as simple as you want or as complicated as you need it to be. Planning Friday. Nice. Give Tin Man a follow if you're not following him yet. See if you can catch on his stream. Change background with the space behind me. Yeah, that's kind of a nice thing. Like, I've been playing with that a little bit. I have a frame background for if I got something busy, but it kind of works nice with Star Trek here because I just have like this solid blue background. So it works really good for making clips and doing like vertical form content with it. Keeps your options open, being able to get stuff set up for TikTok and YouTube Shorts and stuff. I was going through one of my VODs from last week and I found a really nice clip in there for my Friday stream or whatever. Reading a lot and watching tutorials, yeah. There's a lot of really good information out there. There's also a lot of free tools too. Yeah, especially like when it comes to like the overlays and everything like that. I mean, you can get almost everything that you want. Jimmy and Loston have silly amounts of things going on. Yeah, I kind of try to keep mine a little bit simpler. Like, I'm a little bit overboard probably with some of the bot stuff, but I've been trying to keep that narrowed down a little bit. The bot's fun though. There's so much to learn. Yeah, there can definitely be, you know, like if you get into like Streamlabs or Stream Elements and stuff, like there's a lot of a lot of tools and stuff included with that helps deal with some of the management stuff, and the rest of it's all trial and error. Yeah, it makes it easy to be able to do a couple of little more incognito dry runs first, test the waters and get comfortable with things. Can you make a bot called Funny Bunny that tells a random joke every so often? If the name's not taken, then yes. I mean, you could kind of get a joke already.
Here's a thought for someone.
Oh no, I did it
Trees
again.
could scream. Would we be too scared to walk in the woods, or would we just bring them earplugs for their own sanity? Either way, that's one silent forest I wouldn't want to visit.
Here's a thought for someone. If dogs could talk,
Okay,
I
we don't
imagine
need to
they would
hear all
spend
three of you.
90% of their time convincing us that squirrels are governed.
I'm multi-streaming right now, and it picked up the command from all three of my streams because I forgot that if I don't set it to go to one specific stream, then it broadcasts that command in all three streams, and then all three streams get the penny sent in, and then we all get to listen to the same thing sent in 3 times in a row. So, once for Twitch, once for YouTube, and once for Kick. Gonna work on a snowblower video. Yeah, if you got like a, you don't even really need any kind of a fancy camera or anything. I was gonna say if you had like a GoPro or something, you could definitely do that, but you could definitely do it with the just a cell phone these days for sure. Might do a shave my face one. Yeah, it can be a lot of fun to be able to make some extra content outside of stuff for sure. Well, I kind of got somebody that was interested in joining. Enjoy the community so much. Yeah, that's one of the things that's actually one of the reasons that I started streaming, is just because I've enjoyed being in the community so much too over the last 6 years. You know, it was really different because for the longest time there, it was, you know, like mainly Rev and his community, and there wasn't a lot of other stuff around, or there wasn't a lot of other people that I was familiar with at the point. But then getting out and interacting with some of the other communities over the years has been really, really nice. And this community is so welcoming too. And everybody that's involved in it has been really supportive. You got the gaming machine but haven't used it for gaming? To be honest, I don't use mine super heavy for gaming either. I mean, like, the hardest game that I play was probably like Warcraft, World of Warcraft. I don't know what the heaviest would be right now, though. I got Borderlands 4. I haven't actually played that one, but I've been a little bit nervous of it, honestly. I heard that that one was like kind of crazy for some of its resource usage. So I wasn't certain if that one was going to be for stream friendly or not. I'll use it for CAD and 3D printing. Well, that's still a really good use of it then. Last PC was a network server. There was I had an HP server that had a like pretty nice Xeon CPU, and then it had a decent it had a decent Radeon graphics card in it too. That one had some potential. Might 3D print Enterprise D for fun and do a giveaway once you get affiliate. That's a really cool idea.
The same mistakes.
I think there would definitely be some interest from people in something like that for sure.
Was programmed to beat you.
Did I finish the Zindi side of it, or the reptilian side of this one? I did. Okay. I was surprised that I hadn't seen the freaking archer shards or whatever come through yet. Okay. That's dead. Want to add the camera for the 3D printer. Yeah, that's a really cool thing. I mean, you could have a you know, either like a picture-in-picture kind of window where you can show like progress of the 3D printer, like up on the top or up in one of the other corners or something like that, or you could have like a command, like a channel point redemption or something tied to showing the 3D printer, or bit redemption or something. Or just have it do it on a random timer or something. Yeah, that would definitely be a lot of printing in a 4-hour stream. Let's see, what else? That's about it for events that we need to do today. That's a pretty light activity day. So let's see, that'll probably mean a run up to... I don't have, since I'm doing an outpost, I don't really have a strong ship left. The Kaskari's got such a small cargo that it maybe doing Augment Exiles would be a little bit more strained just because it has such a low cargo. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I'll need... I need to stock up on some epics because I'm I'm out right now. So I'll have to do a couple runs up there after I'm done with this Armada. I've been wanting to do it the last couple of days, but I've been having a couple of ships tied up into the outposts, so it's been a little more difficult. Did I end up with any company? I did. Friday's also upgrade ship days. Revenant and Rataran going to 62. That's a busy day. I kind of did that last Friday going to 70. But I didn't have any of the extra ships done to do or anything like that. I kind of wish I would have saved some of my extra building upgrades and stuff like that to be able to do on one stream. Because it came time to do mine, and basically my my stream was finishing up the speed on the Op 70 and then building the 3 buildings to get to the shipyard to build Crenshaw. It felt a little anticlimactic compared to what Samo had set up with hers. Built 2 Selkies. Selkies are such great ships. I've got 3 of them, and I've got one of the faction miners, and I still break out the Selkie on pretty regular basis, just because they have such a fast mining speed on everything. Three of them. I did the same thing with Novas. I built 3 just to cover one of each of the mats. It was almost tempting to build a 4th just to have some flexibility on being able to do like a second ship in certain things. But I kind of held off because the I figured the faction mining ship was going to be more useful for mining in the Vale than what the Selkie was, but I don't know if for sure what the warp range is. I built it before they had G7 launched, so it was kind of a more of a predictive thing than it was a known thing. Did I see the IA building is getting 2 new ships added? I saw Rev's post on it. I didn't see if Scopely had posted anything. I haven't really seen any of the Scopely news from this week, to be honest. There was the state of the game, and then the Infinite Incursions thing. Oh, the 7th anniversary video. I haven't even watched this one yet. Radiant Mantis, yeah. 7th anniversary. Watch the 7th anniversary video. We definitely can. Let me double check, see everything's set for a little bit. Cool. By the way, hi Blue Meanie, how you doing tonight? All right, so we have a nice message talking about the origins of Star Trek Fleet Command. Hello, Commander. 7 years ago, you took your first steps into a strange new galaxy. Your first base, your first ship, your first time getting blown up in a system you definitely were not ready for. Well, first ship was definitely Rialta. First time getting blown up. It was definitely going to be against one of the hostiles. I probably tried to go up to like a level 5 or something too early. I had an epiphany the other day. Twitch is basically instant messenger chat rooms with a video host. You're not wrong, because the chat engine that Twitch is built on is probably the same that AOL Instant Messenger was. It's pretty old. It's RTC or something like that. Today we celebrate 7 years of Star Trek Fleet Command. More than that, we celebrate you. 7 years of stories, not just arcs. Look back and it's kind of wild what you have done. You have stared down the Borg, you have played the politics of territory capture, survived incursions, fought through new kinds of armadas, and pushed into the Delta Quadrant. You have welcomed crews from the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, the Mirror Universe, and more. On paper, these are arcs and features. In practice, they are stories you live together. We are still paying the price for it. Is that what they were trying to say? Hi, Jimmy. How you doing tonight? The first time your alliance finally defeated an armada. I was definitely with the different alliance back then. I was a light spender. Like, I had bought the stuff to kick off armadas for our alliance. And it was really, that was so rewarding, just being the person to spend the money to open up armadas for an entire alliance was so rewarding. That was probably the best. I don't even know what that pack would have been, if that would have been a $20 pack or $100 pack, but that was probably the best dollar I ever spent in this game. Because that opened the door for free-to-play to be able to engage in something so crucial to the game. The moment you unlocked a ship that you thought you would never reach. That's happened a lot of times. That one server war people still bring up, like an old Starfleet mission report. That was actually our territory capture. We are gonna snooze those ads. Best $100 pack was docks and fleet commander slots. Those are definitely good ones too. Systems change, loops evolve, the meta shifts, but the part that feels like Star Trek is the same. Facing something new, figuring it out together, and coming out the other side a little stronger and a little smarter. Well, some of us do a little more from column A than others. And some of us do a lot more from column B than others. So many $100 packs. Remember buying the North Star, first in-game purchase, first year of STFC. Yeah, that was $20. $20 was a good buy for something like that. The community is the crew. If Star Trek teaches anything, it is that no captain does it alone. The real engine of Fleet Command is not a warp core or an impulse drive. It is your alliances, Discord servers, group chats, and late-night voice calls. I wish we had more $20 ships. I know. I would still be satisfied with like a $20 half ship. Just to speed up the acquisition time on these things by half, you know? You welcome new commanders and help them through their first Borg probes and refinery decisions. Build tools, spreadsheets, and guides that blow us away. Organized peace treaties, full server wars, and everything in between. Definitely have organized peace treaties. Share feedback when something feels great and when something really does not. When you tell us what feels confusing, unfair, or just not fun, that matters. A lot of the improvements, quality of life changes, and new ideas start from your conversations. You show us where the friction is. You tell us what feels like Star Trek and what does not. The community is not around the game. Community is part of the game. Wow. Or $20 an eighth of a pack when you're so close. I actually wouldn't be that mad to see that, to be honest. Some of the voices you know best are your community managers. You see their names in Discord, on streams, and in replies when things get a little turbulent. For the 7th anniversary, we brought community managers past and present together with players for a special roundtable. Echo and Obsidian Hamster sit down and talk openly about STFC moments throughout the years, the toughest and most fun times the game has gone through, answers to some of the community's most burning questions, spotlights on incredible fan art and community creations that capture what this galaxy feels like from your side of the screen, and a special shout out from members of the community you know and love. Well, that's pretty special. All right, let's kick this off.
Howdy, Commanders. I'm Obsidian Hamster, and we're here to celebrate the 7th anniversary of Star Trek Fleet Command. But I'm not alone on this mission. I'm joined today by both Beck and Eco.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
We're here to celebrate on the bridge of the Enterprise, which I think looks absolutely spectacular. Gabe, Beck, what do we think of this set? I think it's incredible.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love what they've done. I'm excited to do more on it. I don't know.
They gave me buttons that I don't know what do.
Don't press the buttons. Do not press the buttons.
Don't push the buttons.
Echo would
No
definitely
button
press the
pressing.
buttons.
I've done some incredible things in my life, but as a Star Trek fan, this has to be one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I just hope the community really appreciates and enjoys the video that we have planned. We love this community, and we want to show you our appreciation, and we want to revisit some of the great parts of the game and also parts of the community that really make this one of the best communities, I think, in gaming. All three of us have that experience. One thing I wanted to get out of the way before we get started is the difference in our Star Trek uniforms. Do we have an explanation why I look different from you guys?
Absolutely. So you see, we are the original crew, the original series of community managers, if you will. And we have since then lovingly passed the baton to you, Hammy, as the next generation of community managers.
I think that's a great explanation. Plus, TNG is my favorite Star Trek show, so it is very fitting.
Beck is better in red. Yeah, I agree,
You
actually.
look great.
You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So, Gabe, what do we have in store for today?
We have a ton of stuff on the docket today. We're going to be going over some of the big key moments that has happened in Star Trek Fleet Command's history. Myself and Hammy are going to be talking a little bit about our experiences in Community Manager and how things have changed. We're going to be going over some awesome submissions from all of you and much, much more.
That sounds like a ton of stuff.
Hammy's
for
better
you
in blue.
guys. I am actually going
I agree
to
with that,
be
too.
sneaking away to work on a project that I have over here. So
What's the project?
Yeah.
I may or may not have a Star Trek Lego Enterprise that I'll be working on throughout this show. But you guys got it, so I'll just see you guys later.
See you back.
Before we move on, Gabe, did you put a shirt on just now?
I did. It's very cold in space, believe it or not.
Very
So,
chilly.
I had one beamed in real quick while Beck was on her way back to do her Lego project. And now I'm ready, locked in, and we can go into our first segment. Michael, take us away.
We're all toasty warm and ready to go. Let's go over
Does he
7
blink?
moments in
I was
7
wondering.
years and just kind of go over the history of the game and some of the best features or moments that we really enjoyed. All started out when we launched a multi-year mission to grow Galaxy players and alliances.
Yeah, I mean,
He definitely
alliances
blinks
are
a lot
massive-
more.
Massive part of, I think, every single commander's journey in Star Trek Fleet Command. They're the foundation of what everything that our community has done and built is rested upon.
He looks much less
From there,
captive,
one
too.
of my favorite things to come into the game, group armadas.
Oh yeah.
Armadas are one of the first things where multiple players were coming together and actually taking on big targets with multiple ships, and I think it's been the inspiration for a lot of different types of things that we've tried in Star Trek Fleet Command since.
Absolutely. We also launched Anomalous Phenomena with the USS Discovery.
Oh,
Gabe, I know
love the Discovery.
this is a big ship for you. Everybody loves this ship.
I mean, the Discovery it's such a quality of life upgrade, right? It's so easy for everyone to get around.
Yep. Yep.
Instant teleportation to systems. It's a core piece of every fleet.
Absolutely, absolutely. But moving on, we got to the series that I absolutely adore, and that's TNG. We got Picard, we got Riker, we got Troy.
He'd probably
we got Data,
practice
we got Worf.
blinking.
These are the characters that I love, and I was just inspired to see them added to the game because this is the show that I was waiting for.
Yep.
And that was, I think, one of the best additions. We also introduced away teams.
We had away teams, Data was in away teams, and then we also had the Years of Terror where Honor Gar Worf was the PvP officer with Harrison, and that was the bee's knees for a while.
Yep.
And then things continue to go on from there. Speaking of PvP, you know, we introduced Strange New Worlds. Season 1 came out, and the new Strike Teams came out. Deep Space Nine came out, so we got to see the Defiant, which I know is one of your favorite ships.
I love the Defiant. I've loved Deep Space Nine forever. Getting the Defiant in game, it was amazing for me. And going out and doing some of the solo armadas was just, it was so cool. And
Yeah, he looks when he's not the center of attention. He definitely has a lot more relaxed look behind him, and maybe it's some of the maybe Echo is a calming aspect too. I don't know.
used that Defiant, I think, for years afterwards. It wasn't just kind of like a ship that I used once or twice. But then we launched actually one of the most popular factions I think we've ever seen in game, and that's the X-Borg. And it just made so many of the loops much more efficient, and it was so much easier to do. I think it transformed the game in a way that players kind of interact and play with it.
We need to expand it to G6 though.
When I first experienced
Remembers how to
X-Borg and
smile.
Freebooters, obviously, like when they first came out, they were chunky, hard to kill. But once you were able to regularly defeat these hostiles, it really made your daily goals and everything that you were going to be going about much more easy. And so I think the X-Borg is absolutely one of the things as a player I am really glad that I have invested time into.
Same here.
After that,
X-Borg was a really good.
Mm-hmm. We
had a lot of interesting things with Saris Invasion.
It made a
and
big
other
difference on
types
the
of items.
dailies.
And then, of course, we had the arena. The big arena came around.
Yep.
Everyone got to start defeating and destroying each other in a very safe environment away from rules of engagement.
Yep.
And then, after that, oh my gosh, the Independent Archives.
Independent Archive.
Yeah, wow. That was actually one of the first things that I got to work on in my new role, too,
Amazing.
after being a CM. A lot of commanders really enjoyed it because it really rewarded you, just like the X-Borg, for staying on top of certain goals and keeping up with things and finally giving you like a, hey, you've done everything you needed to do for this ship, you're done.
Yep.
And I think that was a really cool thing.
I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to compare it to X-Borg as well, just making it so much more efficient for players to kind of get through these loops so much easier, click of a button. Independent Archives is easily one of the most popular features we've ever put out. We get constant asks, when are we going to update, when are we going to update? And so it's been amazing.
Let me circle back and get back to you on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
No, I just felt
Interesting.
like I needed to put my catchphrase in there at some point. I'm sure I'll do it again, too.
I gotcha. However, I have to say, we released one of the best arcs I've ever played in game, and that's Wrath of Khan. Khan! That's right, Gabe. Wrath of Khan, I've been waiting for the Reliant in game. We got Khan as a fleet commander. It's been so much fun and so gratifying to finally get, I think, what is the most popular aspect of Star Trek into the game. It's been...
When he got excited about the Reliant, there was a big blink. Yeah, the IA and X-Borg saved so much. And I hope they mentioned something about the bulk refine option too.
Probably one of my favorite arcs of all time.
It's just incredible, the amount of different stories and buildings and ships that have been added to Star Trek Fleet Command over the years. And I'm really excited for the future.
Yeah.
But I'm also excited to continue looking back on all the great things that has built us up to this point today.
You know what I'm excited for, Gabe? A status report from Beck.
Hey!
I was just wondering how
We're
far she was,
actually
too.
On bag 3,
Of?
30. And
Okay.
Okay, all right.
it's fine.
Bulk
it's
faction
fine, we'll
claim
get
is
there.
definitely nice.
We'll be here.
the show are we?
Factory of 30.
15%. You're five. You gotta pick it up.
Math. Okay. Got it. Well, thankfully, the wonderful stagehands helped me pre-open bags.
Oh my gosh.
So we could speed me up. But we're doing great over here. Thanks for asking.
Remember, Beck, it's a sprint, not a marathon. But let's move on. Gabe,
Yes.
as a former community manager,
think the new
I'm
arc
a
is gonna be
community
good.
manager of Discord. We have some stories to tell.
I know there's some good
We've
stuff coming in
we've seen some
December.
stuff. We've seen some stuff.
Seen some things.
Let's talk about some of the events that we're proud of, some of the bigger moments that we experienced as community managers. What do you got for us?
Treasury is full.
I know that one well.
Yes, we actually have some of the submissions from that community event that we're going to be putting up on screen later on. There were many, many good ones. But no, in all
That was a
seriousness,
rough week.
I think that this was one of the first communities that I really felt like accepted me. I know, obviously, there were good times, there were bad times. You know, we had free treasury, lag,
Yep.
servers down.
Yep.
You know, there's just a lot of things that happen with any live service game, but I can truly say that at the end of the day, I've never worked with a group of people that have cared so much.
That was one of my
not
favorite
only
leak
the
videos.
game, but the rest of the people that they're interacting with on a day-to-day basis. I think one of the big differences with this community versus, you know, other communities I'd worked with was that I could be very genuine in myself.
Yep.
A lot of the time. I'm sure everyone will know and joke and say things about how I would always
Yesterday's Cisco event took a while to post after the trivia answer. Also, it wasn't just me. That was a really common thing. Like, it took like 10 minutes. Like, I was convinced that it was supposed to be one, but it didn't come, and I was like, oh, maybe there's not one.
want to validate things and get back to you. And
I
circle
almost
back.
rebooted.
It was really just because I wanted to do the best job I could. And I see you doing the same thing. And I think that you and I both know that you'd be hard pressed to find a more passionate group of people than the Star Trek Fleet Command community. I don't know what you think.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with everything you said. I think one of the fundamental awesome aspects of our community is the Star Trek fandom. And kind of basing it within Star Trek, I think there's an understanding of what the show represents.
Yeah.
And when you add it to the game, you add alliances to the game, you really bring together a phenomenal community. Just with the depth of the game as well, I think it really does speak to a lot of fans of Star Trek, and then having your favorite ships, having your favorite officers. But when it comes to the community, like you mentioned with some of the, treasury is full, you have certain things that might not go according to plan.
Yeah.
They're free gala.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We've seen our share of fires on a Discord for sure.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've learned is that you really have to work with the community. You can't just go to them and be like, no, this is how it's going to go. You have to have a dialogue with them. And like you said, you have to be genuine with them, because they know when you're going to be disingenuous, and they will be almost eager to call you out. So you have to really be yourself in chat on Discord. And I think it is one of the best communities in games, and it's a privilege that we get to work with them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, I mean, you've been doing this for how long now? About a year? 2 years?
Going into 2 years
Man,
now.
time flies.
Yeah.
It literally is a made-up construct, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It has gone very quickly. Myself and my fellow community manager, Polly, have been running official. And it can be, and I'll tell you what, before I started this job, I just kind of hovered over Discord and I just watched, because I would see him running into these fires and things, going on. But as a community manager, you have to be present. And at first, it's terrifying, because there's so much
Did
going
like
on.
the cough
The
after
more
the free
visible
gala
you are,
remark.
The more present you are, I think the more the community kind of reacts to you being there and appreciates you being there. And
I honestly kind of forgot about the
gala
gala problem.
They said this to you, that they know that it's not the community manager's fault when, say something happens in game that is less than optimal, but the community manager is there to be kind of that communication point between the players, and so they'll say, nothing against you, but here's a lot of what I think about something.
Here's a lot of very pointed feedback about a specific topic.
Yes, they
that
do not
we are
mince
very
words.
appreciative of all of the time.
Yes.
No, but you're 100% right. I think it's really important to know that we are one team. right? We might not always agree with how an event is made or how something is
Cardassian
rewarded.
armadas.
We might argue about how we're getting there, but there's no question about us being on the same team and wanting to just have the best possible Star Trek experience
Absolutely.
out there.
Absolutely.
And so no matter what happens, I just held on to that and knew that if people stopped giving me feedback, that's when I would start getting worried.
Yes, I think that's a great point, because if there's one thing that we get a lot of is feedback, and it really does inform the direction of the game. But I wanted to just bring up one more thing. Beck, does the saucer section actually detach?
It does. Crazily enough, it does. I don't know if I will be brave enough to do that, but Lego actually made this entire ginormous set of Legos, and it came in 2 books. So the first book is literally just like the bottom section, the base, the nacelles, that piece, and then the top is all about the saucer. So we'll get to the saucer, but right now we're about halfway through bag 4. So we're moving and we're cruising.
That's kind of interesting. I wasn't 100% certain how much the Star Trek Lego got sold out and everything like that, because I know that was kind of a heavy hit on things. I'm kind of glad that they were able to get one for this. Beck might finish that in the March arc. Oh, I bet that's done by the end of the video. I'd be curious if maybe there's not a little bit of playfulness on some of the timing and stuff to get it done, but I heard the price on that was totally scope lead. Yeah, it seemed like it was definitely on the premium side, but you know, for Lego stuff, it probably wasn't all that bad. Because I know like a lot of the Lego stuff runs a little bit on the premium side itself, and then you add another IP behind it, and then all of a sudden there's a little more price, and I guess it was a little bit 50-50 from like the other last company that had the rights to be able to make the Lego type product, but it's cheaper to buy that in Canada. That's interesting. A Lincoln Log Enterprise. Yeah, that would be
As
an
we
interesting
celebrate
thing.
the 7th anniversary, I wanted to take a moment to really thank all the people that help make this community amazing. I can't do this on my own. I know that Eco couldn't do it on his own, but number one, I want to thank out my main dude, Sim Polly, my community manager, partner in crime. You are absolutely phenomenal, and we appreciate you. But beyond Sim Polly, I also wanted to thank our moderators. This is a bananas job, and our moderators, both past and present, have been phenomenal in working with our community and helping kind of address any issues that come up. I also want to say thanks to our ECOMs, our Epic Commanders. They are there day in, day out, kind of keeping an eye on things, helping players, guiding players, and raising issues. So this whole team together is what really helps this community keep going on its own, and we really appreciate the help. And now some familiar faces from across the community have a special message as we celebrate the 7th anniversary.
What's going on? I'm Ultimate DJs.
And I'm Griffin.
We would like to wish from our community to yours a very, very happy 7 years.
Thank you for the 7 years of teamwork and dedication and the friendships that have grown far beyond the game.
To our community, all my love.
Your passion, energy, and friendship make this community truly special.
Thanks for all the support this year, all the great memories we made. Looking forward to making some even better ones in year number 8, and I'll see you around the galaxy.
7 incredible years of teamwork, alliances, and epic battles. Here's to many more adventures across the stars.
Thank you to the community for bringing all these people together to play Star Trek Fleet Command.
Happy 7th anniversary Star Trek Fleet Command. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Long live and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
May you live long and prosper.
That's really neat.
Hi, Commanders, Eco again here. So, Hammy found a tribble issue going on with the ship, so for the time being, I'm going to be doing the mailbag. Got 3 burning questions coming from the community here, and I'm going to do my best to answer them with anything besides let me get back to you on that. So, first question.
What happened to thank the players? You know, that's that still might be something that comes out too, like year-end wrap-up kind of thing. Because I think that's how they've kind of done that in the past, if I'm not mistaken. That is huge for streamers. Yeah, that was really neat that they got, like just all those different streamers involved in that.
It is. When are we adding more ships to the independent archives? Now, good news. We got 2 coming up. In December, we're adding the Meridian, and then planned currently for February, we're going to be adding the Mantis. We'll have more information on that as we get closer to February. Question number 2.
I need to finish the
G5
Mantis
scrapping.
then.
Now, there's been a lot of communication on this so far, I know. First we said yes, then we said no. Now we want to confirm and say G5 scrapping is going to be coming to Star Trek Fleet Command. In question 3, are we going to be adding bulk research to Star Trek Fleet Command? The answer is yes. This is still something that we would like to do. Bulk research would be if you research something and you haven't completed the dependencies leading up to it, this feature would allow all of those to be researched and the one that you're trying to get done at the same time. Very cool feature. I'm personally very excited about it. However, we want to make sure that it is done correctly. We're aiming for 2026 right now, and we will be giving everybody a status update as we get closer to that launch window.
Bag!
We have another bag, which means the Enterprise is that much closer to being built. Moving on, we have the anniversary events and gifts that are happening in-game right now. Now, we're in week 2 of the anniversary celebration. This means that Quark has successfully gotten Cisco to agree to the casino inside a deep space.
Grind that Mantis, that is going to be an issue. Yeah, that's kind of like the thing with what was it? When the Vindicator, not the Vindicator, the Vidar became the Talios, I think. A lot of people didn't have that one maxed out. And that was an issue for people getting caught up on that. I don't think it was as big of a deal with the Franklin and the Franklin A, but the Vidar to the Talios was kind of a thing. And I think that kind of echoed into the IA stuff with that too. I don't remember what other ship was kind of a struggle point in the IA so far, but that was a big one. I think I have enough stuff for the Mantis to max it out. I just haven't actually done it.
Cisco's beloved baseball is gone. You'll have multiple events throughout the week on how to find the baseball and get it back working with Cisco, as well as daily gifts. Just like last week, you can earn 2 of those anniversary officer tokens this week, which means that throughout all 4 of those tokens, you can earn yourself a full unlock of an epic officer. Be sure to keep an eye on the in-game news and your events tab.
Oh yeah, the Fisha.
Advantage in earning all of the amazing things that is there to offer. However, we're going to take a moment and go and look back at my personal favorite community event, which is Your Treasury is Full meme contest. At number 3, we have Bart Simpson writing over and over again, "Your treasury is full." Who doesn't love Bart Simpson? Please don't sue us. I think that this is just the perfect encapsulation of how often and how many times I personally saw between in-game and Discord, how many times your treasury was full. After that, at number 2, it is beautiful. We love your treasury being full. You love your treasury being full. And I promise you, future iterations will not melt your face off. And of course, at number 1, I think that this is everyone's favorite. It is still used today. It is Data realizing that his treasury is full.
Oh, that was my favorite.
He just claimed it and not knowing what to do with himself. So that is your top 3. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Speaking for myself, Beck and Gabe, we had a lot of fun going over all these submissions for the 7th anniversary art contest. From models to tables to zombies, we had some incredible submissions from very creative commanders. And now the winners. Best crossover, Rinse World and Rowls.
Best of bugs.
To go, Astilabor, Melcidius, Bruce Dark Knight, Netskirmata, 7 Years of the Final Frontier, King Mandalorian, and Gunny Jack. Strange New Worlds, Riker Space Guy, Dancing Queen, and Sir Open Triad. We'd like to thank all the commanders who submitted the art that won today and all the art altogether, even if there was a little more AI and we said no AI. Thank you, commanders. It was wonderful to see all your creativity in action.
So unfortunately,
Yeah, when I went and looked at the channel on Discord right away, like the first 5 posts that I saw were all AI, and I was like, it said no AI. But it was nice to see the creativity behind it.
I didn't get to finish this Lego set in time to participate in the fan art contest, but I did finish it at home before coming into the studio because Lego was wonderful enough to send us 2. One that I could build ahead of time so I could show off this Lego Enterprise D for everybody here today.
Oh, she
as well
cheated.
as work on one on the side and, well, I guess build it all over again, work on my speed run. I want to talk a little bit about next year and Star Trek 60th anniversary, how Star Trek Fleet Command is partnering with our ARC theme starting in January. We're going to go with the TOS, the motion picture, and visit V'ger all over again. We'll go into TNG First Contact starting in March and hopefully line up with First Contact Day in Zefram Cochrane. We'll dabble a little bit in Discovery, a little bit in Starfleet Academy, as well as jumping back into Strange New Worlds in time for the newest season. So that's our lineup for the first half of the year for 2026.
But before we get
I can't believe that they actually laid out a roadmap of the content. That is amazing.
to 2026, we'll have a special preview of Deep Space Nine Retribution Part 2 coming later this week. Gabe?
Oh, yeah. Commanders, thank you so much for celebrating Star Trek Fleet Command's 7th anniversary, and we look forward to celebrating Star Trek's 60th anniversary all year long. Live long and prosper. Hey, Beck.
Yeah.
What does this button do?
Okay, they actually did a pretty good job with that video. They have to make it happen before I'll celebrate. Yeah, I mean, the only excuse that they would have to not make it happen or to pivot away from that is if they were going to, you know, like make some kind of performance upgrade, you know, take some of the time to actually do something. And yeah, I like the video. They did a really nice job with it though. I turned 50 this year, going to get a chair like Pike. That would be interesting. No, I don't need to go to full one. All the miners. Yeah, that left me with a lot of good, happy feels. I was extremely honestly prepared to be very disappointed in that video. Because they it kept on feeling like they were kind of downplaying the 7-year anniversary and stuff. And I'm not saying that I feel like that was a like real good play on it, but I feel like that shows that they had some good thoughts. But I mean, seeing that outline for what 2026 is going to bring was very huge. I think that's something they should try to keep up with, because that's rebuilding trust in a way that they haven't really done in a very, very long time. I have a feeling like they didn't intend for it to have that kind of an impact, but I feel like it kind of did.
Everybody from the front to the back door.
Oh man, I need to get the jump ability on this ship too. Having warp times is such a pain. What round am I on my 46 out of 72, so 26 rounds in. I honestly expected that to be done by now. I guess I just didn't time that out correctly. I was kind of expecting it to take about 4 hours. Okay, so we got all that stuff to do yet.
I could never get no sleep. I just need to get it, man, I need to be the thing that I just painted out, man, you won't go see my vision, I'll be in it, I'ma kill it, I'ma take it all, coming in, I'ma play it now, I'ma kill them dog, I'ma play the ball, cause I gotta go and get it, man, I really just need it, tell these guys that they can beat it, I'ma give it, I'ma grab it, man, take it, never receive it.
Was you get the haircut? The Pike haircut? Who trim live? do like a hype train thing or something, and like each hype train level ends up being some kind of goal towards it or something. Not affiliate, just started. Depending on how far out you want to do that. It honestly doesn't take that much to reach the affiliate link level. They made it extremely easy this summer. Yeah, I'm not surprised you're close. Like right after I got mine, they lowered the requirements for it. Which mine came pretty quick too, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably more the stream time than anything at this point, I would imagine. Or just hitting like the 5 viewers. Set myself on fire before streaming. Hey, there's a story there. I'm just gonna make something up. I'm gonna assume like laser cutter, incorrect materials, reflection, and something else went wrong with it. How far off am I? Gas on the floor and did a dance through it? Oh. Oh, so you did it on purpose. That's dicey territory, man. Like, I know as like the way that, you know, like gasoline ignites and stuff like that, that it's really not that dangerous if it's done with proper considerations. But that's kind of like borderline bannable actions. Yeah, like I definitely know, like there's, I mean, you could basically dip your hand in gasoline, light it on fire, and still be fine with it. Because like the burning happens in the fumes, it doesn't happen on the actual gasoline. But you know, like they see that, and then all of a sudden, it's like just the perception of it is kind of one of those things that gets kind of dicey. What's the thing? You don't do that. Yeah. I have a feeling this is nothing close to the sufficient amount of stuff, but it was almost full. That means that that's probably the appropriate level for me. Oh, let's see. Did I get away with that? I did. That is enough to get me by for the refine for tonight. It was a full adult-only stream. Yeah, that helps a lot too with it. All right, well, I think I'm going to pass you guys off to Major Samo. She is back after her little break. I've hid my face for 10 years. So thank everybody for stopping in. Appreciate the time tonight.